Well, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Take Five. Caught me scratching my ear there. We're in Exodus 15 and verse 22. So let's get right to it. Thank you so much for watching. Then Moses led Israel from the Red Sea, and they went into the desert of Shur. For 3 days they traveled in the desert without finding water. When they came to Marah, they could not drink its water because it was bitter. That's why the place is called Marah. Okay, that word means bitter, by the way. So the people grumbled against Moses, saying, "What are we to drink?" Then Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He threw it into the water, and the water became fit to drink. Then the Lord issued a ruling and instruction for them and put them to the test. He said, "If you listen carefully to the Lord your God and do what is right in his eyes, if you pay attention to his commands and keep all his decrees, I will not bring on you any of the diseases I brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you." Then they came to Elim, where there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees, and they camped there near the water. So what's going on here? They've been in the desert 3 days. Obviously, they need water. They find some water, but the water is undrinkable. And they complain, and Moses cries out to God. God shows him a piece of wood. He throws the wood in the water, and then it's drinkable. But the problem is, see, the people didn't trust God. And God tells them, look, if you just trust me and obey me, I'm going to take care of you. You're not going to be dealing with all kinds of diseases like the Egyptians did. Because if you look right after they turned this water from bad water to good water, it says they came to Elim and there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees. So if they just gone a little bit further, there was blessing. So God gave them a pass on this first one, but God's not going to put up with grumbling. And that's the thing about grumbling and complaining. It shows that we don't trust God. If we just trust God and do what we're supposed to, even if it looks tough, God is going to come through eventually. All right, we got to give him time though. We got to trust him. He tests us at times. He tests us. He doesn't test us more than we can bear, but he tests us to see if we'll trust him. If they'd just gone a little further, there was plenty of water available. Sometimes we give up right before God's about to bless us. So don't do that. If you're ever in a situation where you're struggling to do the right thing, hang in there a little bit longer than you think you should, and could be the blessings right around the corner. All right? You know what? We went kind of long yesterday. I think we'll cut it short right there. That's a good enough lesson for one day. This might have been, 2 or 3 minutes? I'll know for sure in a second. But thank you for watching, and come back tomorrow. We'll be in chapter 16 on the next edition of Take 5.